Hello. So I've got another story here from Daryl Owen, and this one is called Legends. Legends of wild humanoid creatures are as old as human history and span the globe. Names and other details vary, but common traits of these undocumented animals are bipedalism, gigantic size, hair-covered bodies, and a potential to cause harm, which is not true. Only naive people believe this. Researchers believe if they make up a story about being attacked, they would have a place in Bigfoot chronicles. Really, all that does is make you look stupid. Native American Indians believe in their spiritual tradition. The Pacific Northwest tribes tell of a giant hair-covered ogre named Wupekimau. This translates to the man in the flowered house, or the boss of the mountain, the boss whom steals fruit from trees and vineyards and fish from nests, leaving behind footprints that no man can have. This is likely the origin of the Sasquatch or the Bigfoot legend. Bigfoot was popularized, I can't say that word, in 1958 when news media picked up a story about Ray Wallace, a road contractor working in Northern California, who made plaster casts of giant footprints that he found near his work site. Hundreds of similar footprints and a few handprints have now been reported. Some were clearly made by bears, some are fraudulent, and many others remain unexplained. The footprint cast is associated with the most celebrated Bigfoot sighting of modern times. In October 1967, Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin ventured into the woods in search of Bigfoot near where Wallace found his Bigfoot tracks. In Bluff Creek, they sighted a creature strolling through a clearing, and they managed to film a short sequence from a reported distance of about 80 feet on 16mm film. The resulting movie is grainy and difficult to interpret, but clearly shows something unlike any animal known to inhabit the region. To some, this is incontestable proof that Bigfoot lives among us, but to others, it is merely a man or a woman in a gorilla suit. Cast of an alleged Bigfoot made by Patterson Gimlin were on exhibition in Willow Creek. The casts are copies of the original made by Bob Gimlin. Grover Krantz, one of my personal heroes, his office smelled of cigarettes, and I rarely ever see him not smoking. Grover was a physical anthropologist who studied the anatomy of Bigfoot hand and foot impressions. Grover Krantz did make an appearance in 1994 in Crescent City to examine my prints and found many details in this impression that he thought were too difficult to fake. He was convinced this was a remarkable find and considered them authentic. Others were not convinced. Like the community we live in, so in my beliefs, documentation and willingness to allow others to inspect and scrutinize your evidence is a willingness to cooperate in the truth. There are reportedly 4 authenticated handprints in the United States. Then again, I'm sure there's others. We will never know unless your prints are authenticated and documented by authorities. But who are the authorities? People who sit at a desk and say it's fake? As researchers, we work hard and are damn proud of what we find. Despite many eyewitness accounts, blurry photos or film, and many duplicated footprints can be purchased on eBay, we need conclusive physical evidence of the creature itself, which still to this day remains elusive. Replication casts may now be purchased online, but all look the same. The fact that most prints online were obtained during the heyday of the Bigfoot phenomenon, this allowed hoaxers to mimic prints saying they have proof of a Bigfoot. It makes these important artifacts repeatedly surface regularly. I've always questioned authenticity. I'm just as guilty looking at a print and suggesting it's too perfect to be real. Then I look at some of my casts and realize how stupid I sound. They probably do the same to me. The search for Bigfoot and other undocumented species falls under the discipline of cryptozoology. Some have suggested the possibility that an extinct giant ape named Gigantopithecus blacki It may be the ultimate origin of the legend. This ape has been identified from fossils found in Southeast Asia, and it is possible that early humans and Gigantopithecus were contemporaries living side by side. What if throughout time we taught the Blackie how to survive, or just the opposite? It seems to be almost impossible, but why? Because as human behavior quotes, we've always killed what we don't understand. Keep your eyes on the horizon and in the trees, Daryl Owen.